and it's first time voting. Pretty critical. How are you as a candidate can get more to these voters? Get them more involved?
Okay. All right. Sir? Youth involved. You know what? Is it Dan? Here's what I would say. Dan, I would find ways to communicate with you as a political leader and what's important to you. I suspect a lot of it is in the internet. I would also say to you that I would deal with three issues that, in my judgment, affect your future more than anything. That unless that you get politicians like me and others to change and be active in resolving these three, that your generation is going to be the big one. The first is this deficit that we have. You know, any program that you care about, greenhouse gas emissions, education, when we have a debt of $9 trillion and there's no plan to reduce it, what's important to you and your generation will not happen. The second thing is a dirty planet. And this is why I believe that reducing not just greenhouse gas emissions, but energy independence. And it's got to be young people that I find very environmentally sensitive that have to take the lead. But at the rate we're going, you know, let me just say something and commend New Hampshire. You have at least thought out issues like open spaces, smart growth. You know, we have policies in this country that just have these porky highway bills every year. You know, instead of thinking of commuter rail and light rail, energy efficient transportation, and open spaces. Now, I will say this, you're starting to get a little traffic problem. But just think, you know, leaders have to say, okay, Los Angeles, New York, Las Vegas, maybe too late. You know, let's have partnerships to have open space, to have commuter rail, and just, instead of just filling potholes and highways and building more. I mean, we're strangling ourselves. Take Las Vegas, Nevada. Everybody was moving to Las Vegas to escape the east and the west. And guess what the biggest issue in Las Vegas is? Traffic congestion. So we got to start thinking about those issues. The other one, and this is going to, you know, your eyes are going to glaze, but it's Social Security and Medicare. It's in good shape now, but in the year 2040, both are going to be shaky. I think you've got to demand that action is taken. What else? Communicate with you honestly. Don't be, politicians should not treat you with cynicism. Shouldn't treat you as a special interest. Politicians should talk to you about idealism, about eliminating corruption and lobbyists. I think that's what turns you on. Go ahead.
Well, it's like every politician out there right now, they're avoiding young voters. They're always going to, not to insult anyone, they're always going to discuss citizens. If they vote in mass numbers, how are you guys going to change that so we start voting in mass numbers?
Well, you know, your statistic is not entirely correct. In fact, if there's members of the press here, they'll corroborate what I said. The highest group of increased voting in the last presidential race was those 18 to 24. That was the highest increase. So this is increasing. And this is why I think this new technology, blogging, people that communicate through the internet, is good, because they're activists. And the fact that you're here, and the fact there's so many young people here at this town meeting, you know, at 7 o'clock in 100-degree heat, is good. You know, it means you care. But it means you also taking responsibility. And, you know, being active and getting involved in a campaign, and, you know, being a citizen soldier and caring about local issues too.